Welcome to the arena. And this series, the robots go extreme. Only the toughest, meanest, strongest robots will survive the perils of the arena. No machine is safe, as each one will be put through extreme challenges. Who will conquer the arena? And who will cling on to the arena for dear life? Prepare to go extreme. The robots are ready as we prepare to unleash chaos in the return of the Tag Team Terror. So without further ado, let's meet our teams.
From Hampshire and Darlington, Arctic and Spider.
The champions from the first Tag Team Terror Tournament return as a pair, and not only that, their rivalry goes back to the first series. They've been scrapping each other and fighting, but just for now, just for this tournament, they come in peace. Well, against each other anyway.
From Belfast and Kendal, Obelisk and Cobra.
Two very different robots here pairing up for the first time. Obelisk will start as the favourite with that full body spinner. Cobra, on the other hand, has the most incredibly powerful and tough graphene coated weapon we have ever seen. It has done damage in the past. Watch these two underdogs.
From Hampshire and Hemel Hempstead, Dantomkia and Behemoth.
Probably two of the most unluckiest robots in Robot Wars. Dantomkia and Behemoth reunite yet again. This is their second tag team tournament. They came runners-up in the last tournament. Both these machines have been with us right from the word go. Dantomkia with the flipper, Behemoth with the lifting scoop and titanium armour.
From Durham and Cornwall, Royal Pain and Impulse.
A pairing not to underestimate. Royal Pain has the axe, Impulse has the spinner. Together, they are incredibly powerful with heavy weaponry and speed and agility. Watch these in the arena as they may make sparks fly. Now, there's just time for the rules before we start, because this year the Tag Team Terror Tournament has very strict rules. Each team has to tag at least once. If there is no tag from each team on a given fight, RefBot will penalise that team. And it goes without saying, unless your teammate is in trouble, you are to stay in the corner patrol zones. And this is how they look on paper. Group battle stage, each team will fight each other once, 3 points will be awarded for a win, 2 for a judge's win, 1 for a judge's loss, and a big fat 0 for the losing team. Now without further ado, let's get into our first head-to-head. It's Dantomkia and Behemoth, Arctic and Spider.
Robot ears, stand by.
Patrolling for the first fight, it's Sir Killalot. I wonder if he'll abide by the rules. Probably not.
3, 2, 1. Activate.
So what an opening to the Tag Team Terror. We've got the previous champions, Arctic and Spider, versus the runners-up from the last Tag Team tournament, Dantomkia and Behemoth. And already, what a flying start from Dantomkia, getting the flipper, so we can see straight away that the lowest ground clearance here appears to be Dantomkia as they race towards the arena wall. And another great flip from Dantomkia with the flipper, the CO2 flipper. Remember, it's limited. Now here, they're going back in towards the corner patrol zone here. Now, does this count as a tag as Killalot looks on in the corner? I think it's all a bit messy so far. The rules going out the window. Dantomkia flips and uprighted. It's ended up and out. I don't know what's happened to Dantomkia there, but meanwhile Arctic continues its onslaught against the team member. Behemoth now comes in as against the spike pit, and now Arctic can raise that incredibly powerful lifting shovel and is working a lot here now against Behemoth. And as I've said before, both Dantomkia and Behemoth very unlucky in the wars in the past. And there's the tag that we just saw, Arctic. So that counts as the tag. They both used the tag. So whatever happens from the tag point of view, Well, we'll soon find out what happens and who will come victorious. At the moment, it looks like they're tagging again. There you can see Arctic going back into the corner control zone. Such a feud between Arctic and Spider. And now, the two heavyweights, I think the two most experienced robots here fighting against each other, Danton Kier and Arctic. They're in towards the CPZ. They're going to have to get themselves away from there. From the evidence that we've seen already, I think Arctic is just about on top here. Danton Kier in a lot of trouble now from the corner patrol zone, so Killalot is not going to help matters. They're going to have to try and flip themselves, but they're actually flipping against the wall, so they're in a really tricky position here as Killalot now comes in with the lance and I think is doing untold and devastating damage to the inside of that flipper on Danton Kier. He's just hanging it out to dry as the teammate comes in. Now, Behemoth, should Behemoth have come in there? I don't think he's helped Danton Kier out. I think Behemoth needs to go back into the CBZ, but Arctic now comes in and it doesn't matter. For me, that's a counter-attack. Arctic came in, Behemoth was about to help out Danton Kier, but it doesn't matter. It's just counter-attacked each other out, I think, there. Danton Kier comes in with the flip onto its teammate, I have to say, and another flip here from Arctic. Now, remember, Danton Kier have a limited CO2 gas supply on board, so they can't keep flipping. And remember, every time they exert gas like this on towards the floor pin flipper again, look at this, greatly placed from Arctic and bounced upright again. That's the second time Danton Kier's ended in that position, and as Arctic comes in to take on Refbot here. Now, what's Refbot doing? Listen, you're going to have to be careful, Arctic. Remember, the rules are incredibly important. They're much stricter this time around, and Arctic now takes on Refbot. Now, we are going to a judge's decision here. This is all a bit messy. I don't know what's going on as Refbot comes in to give Arctic a yellow card, but meanwhile, a cease is called, and we go to a judge's decision. Well, I think we go to a judge's decision. The 3 minutes was up. So we go right to the bitter end here. Arctic started off on top straight away from the start. So from what we can see here, at the moment, Arctic and Spider are winning. Now, when the tag happened, Behemoth and Spider then took over. Didn't really see much of the pair, but then Arctic came back in again. There was the tag. Danton Kier got into a lot of trouble with Sir Killalot. So from the evidence of this, Arctic and Spider will get the 2 points. But then this was the counter-attack, I think. Behemoth shouldn't have come in. It should have stayed in the CPZ. Arctic then came in and counter-attacked, flipped Danton Kier, and from then on, really, it was chaos. Refbot, I think, was about to come in to count Behemoth out. Who's the winner? Well, it's Arctic and Spider. It's all been clarified there on the screen, and it does make sense that the 2 points will go to Arctic and Spider. Danton Kier and Behemoth on 1 point. So yes, that was the right decision. Obelisk and Cobra, Royal Pain and Impulse next in the arena. Cobra will start, and so will Impulse. This is going to be a very good fight, this. Ominously looking on as Refbot signals the start of the fight. It's Sir Killalot.
Roboteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1, activate.
It's going to be an interesting fight, this. We've got 4 robots who we've never really seen quite perform in the wars. We've got, of course, Cobra with the graphene-coated crushing teeth at the front, and of course we've got Impulse with that incredibly fast spinning disc, very fast around the arena as well. But as we can see here, those claws on Cobra, probably one of the most deadliest snakes I've ever seen in the arena, as it comes in and tries to grapple, but I don't think it can grapple anything on Impulse. There's not really any armour to do that too, and already the damage has been done. What an attack that was from him. There's more damage has been caused to poor Cobra. Look at this attack. Impulse came in straight, wham bam. Cobra had no chance against that attack. Impulse, acting on Impulse, as it comes in for a second attack, as we can see here, and bits flying up into the arena sky. And poor Cobra here, well, the tags happen now, and in comes Obelisk, the body spinner. Well, it's more out of control than anything really we've ever seen in the Robot Wars arena, as Impulse now gets stuck on towards the spike pit there. Cobra obviously in trouble. Look, that's half the body there. Killalot looking on in the distance as Impulse now comes in with a charge against Obelisk, spinning out of control. What can Impulse here do to Obelisk? Not a lot. It's going back there. We can see it's decided to go back for the tag, as now Royal Pain comes in to see if it can do anything to attack Obelisk, because Impulse wasn't really doing much here, as Obelisk now comes in with the spin, the full body spin. We have seen it before in the wars. It's been so out of control, but look, what a grapple! What a grapple it's got
of
now
oblivion.
on Obelisk as the pit descends here now. Royal Pain, what a tactic this has been, and it's gone into the pit. It's found the hole, and it's used its weapon, and it's trying now. As you can see, you can hear the weapon struggling. In comes Cobra now because Obelisk is out, so Cobra now can take charge as it comes in against Royal Pain, which looks to be in trouble a bit, but it's still mobile. Now what's Impulse doing? Oh, Impulse! That was bang out of order, Impulse. Royal Pain is still mobile. Impulse should not have come in for the kill there. That is bang out of order. Now Refbot, has Refbot given Impulse a red card as cease is called? Impulse has illegally attacked a robot there, and if that is true, they will forfeit the match and they will get 0 points despite Royal Pain here pushing Obelisk into the pit. So at the moment, from this point of view, Royal Pain and Impulse were on top. Then Cobra had the right to come in because its teammate was down the pit. But look at this, it came from the corner patrol zone. Impulse came in for the kill. That was an illegal attack because there was nothing wrong with Royal Pain, and Refbot stopped the fight. Oh, well, that confirms it. What devastation, what a blow that is for Royal Pain and Impulse. They will start their campaign with a loss. Obelisk and Cobra by default will go through to the top of the leaderboard. Oh, that is devastating. What a shame.
Robot Eels, stand back.
Just goes to show Refbot is having none of it this series. Dead Metal patrols the arena.
3, 2, 1. Activate.
Now, have we learnt our lessons, Impulse and Royal Pain? Do not mess with the house, because the house will fight back. You need a win here as they face off against the past champions, Spider and Arctic. Look at this barrage of pummels and onslaughts. That, oh, goodness me, the Royal Pain has done, but in doing so, it's backed itself on towards the floor flipper and it's flipped itself. Now, technically, it can self-right from there. It showed us it could do in the qualifying heats here, but at the moment, it's not doing well. They foolishly drove onto the floor flipper. You see the house fighting back against these. It seems like everyone's ganging up on these poor robots. The first time appearance from both robots, and they're not having a good time in the arena. Now then, Impulse comes in. You can hear the disc drumming, the whirling dervish of the machine humming up to full power as it comes in for the kill. Look at this. It's such a fast, agile robot. It's one of the strengths of Impulse. I think, you know, Spider's just been completely knocked into submission from Royal Pain's pain. And the pummeling it got, it reminds me of the hammer blow of Thor's weapon, a veteran of the wars. Look at this. Oh, and a bit flew off. Bounced against the Perspex sheet. This just shows you the potential of these two robots. And at the moment here, the Refbots signals the end of Spider. They are out now. Arctic can take control. You might be spinning around here, Impulse, but you're not over yet. It's not finished by a long shot because you've still got Arctic, who is a very good robot, very experienced with the Tag Team Terror tournament. And you are now being pummeled. It's like a pincer attack here. As Royal Pain now comes in for the kill, they have tagged. So as you can see here, Royal Pain and Impulse have tagged. So at the moment, they are obeying by the rules, and thank goodness they are, because they need the win here. Oh, it doesn't look too good though, as Arctic now comes in for the kill and has flipped Royal Pain over in towards the barriers, trying to flip. The Perspex sheets denying Arctic's flip, but look at that skill there from Royal Pain as the weapon helps itself right and come back onto the arena, but Arctic isn't having any of it. They are desperate here now, Royal Pain and Impulse, for a win. That axe, goodness me, is just you can feel poor Arctic being pummeled as it flips. Impulse in the corner patrol zone. Look at this skill though from Royal Pain as it aims its axe for Arctic Streamec and works. Look at that. It's just ripped it off now. As Impulse is being counted out, Look at this, the skill. Oh, I can see the skill. What skill from Royal Pain that is. They've disabled the Shremek. They've got the axe in a position where they can grab and drag Arctic onto the floor flipper, and in doing so has flipped Arctic. What a skill. What a machine this is. Oh, goodness me. As it attacks the floor flipper. It is trying to get some sort of revenge from its last fight as the house fought back, of course. Dead Metal looking on there, but look at that with 3 seconds to spare. They have nailed it. Goodness me, what a fight that was. Refbot came in with 3 seconds to spare and they needed that crucial 3 points. I have to say, Royal Pain performed beautifully. Tactical, what a performance. But next up it's Behemoth and Danton Kier and Cobra and Obelisk. Behemoth and Obelisk will start first. As they enter the arena, Behemoth and Danton Kier could do with the win here. Dead Metal patrols the arena as he lurks in the corner.
Roboties, stand by. 3, 2, 1, activate.
Well, what can we see happening for the next head-to-head fight as Behemoth starts? Now, it comes close to the arena wall there, the barrier nearly. Oh, I see the tactic, but the arena spikes have denied Behemoth's attack there. What a shame! They could have lifted Obelisk clean out of the arena, and in doing so, they have self-destructed, which allows Obelisk now to take control and take the advantage and pretty much annihilate poor Behemoth as it comes in for the kill. Oh, and it's on its belly. Now, Behemoth can self-right from there. No, until that attack. What an attack from Obelisk, as we see it here from the camera. The clear point there, we can see the flipper's just been ripped off. Dead Metal coming in, and look, the count to Behemoth's destruction has ended there. That is it for Behemoth. This was the attack from the spikes. Look at this. They didn't intend to flip themselves, but the spikes had their day. Now Danton Kier can come in for the kill because their teammate Behemoth is out, which is allowed. Obelisk now coming in for the kill, spinning out of control. It's not controlled aggression, that at all. I think they just spin and see what happens. Look, as they go up towards the arena now, they have tags. This is it, Cobra. Now, that's great because Cobra and Obelisk have found the tag. So if they end now, they won't be penalised. It doesn't matter. Cobra's out of the arena. As soon as I got my breath back from the last fight, this happens, and Danton Kier are clean. Well, this is what Behemoth was trying to do to Obelisk, but it didn't happen. And Danton Kier have found the gap in the arena. Oh, and it's just annihilated. Oh, goodness me. Danton Kier, after he's called, has taken both of them on. What a performance. Well, they did need the 3 points. Look at this. Behemoth failed to flip Obelisk out, and in doing so, caught the spikes as one of the hazards in the arena. You've got to avoid it. And there you can see Obelisk going back to his teammate. Cobra then came in, well, for what good it did. However, they did do the tag, which was great. And Danton Kier ends it in style, even though it flipped itself, and then followed by Obelisk. The Pharaohs buried, and the venom of Cobra depletes. What a performance from Danton Kier. This is shaping up to be an explosive tag team count. And guess what? With a little bit of controversy, they are all obeying by the rules. Danton Kier and Behemoth go to the top of the group, and they will be next up against Royal Pain and Impulse in both these teams' final fight. This is crucial here. There's only 1 point in it between these two teams.
Roboties, stand by.
And back to cause mischief. It's Madam Matilda. She's patrolling in the arena.
3, 2, 1.
As the klaxon sounds for the last fight of these two machines, these two teams, should I say, and a flip there from Danton Kier, but Impulse has landed on its side. Now, Impulse doesn't actually have a self-righting mechanism here, so they're going to have to be very careful. No, they've gone straight onto the flipper of Danton Kier. In goes Matilda into the corner patrol zone. Oh, and Danton Kier now trying to get its way past Matilda, and look, it's gone underneath Matilda, and Matilda's been flipped. The house robots getting in the way. Danton Kier is on form. Look at this power. It flips the matriarch of Mayhem, and she will not be happy. Look at this. Came in underneath, I think was trying to attack Impulse, but no, decides to go after Matilda. And just listen to Royal Pain as it attacks. Listen to that on Danton Kier's armour. It's very strong armour as Danton Kier, but there we can see Danton Kier in a bit of trouble now against the spike pit. Look at this. Royal Pain goes into some sort of kamikaze mode as it attacks the ref bots. Remember, that's the one robot you do not want to attack on the arena. Otherwise, you will be penalised. You've already had that fate to you, Royal Pain. You don't want the same thing to happen to you again as Danton Kier flips. Now then, can they flip over using the axe? Look at this, he's trying to use the wheels. It's all over the place. Royal Pain. Well, it's a good tactic. We've seen Royal Pain perform so well in the world. Oh, goodness me! In the Tag Team Terror Tournament. It's used the hazards. It's used itself. It's been so skillful. But it's just been beaten, I think, by a better machine here. Look, you can listen to the axe trying to right itself. And Danton Kier nearly flipping Royal Pain out of the arena. I tell you something, Danton Kier is well on the way here to... Well, Behemoth hasn't come in yet. Now, this is interesting. I was going to say Danton Kier is well on the way to going on to win this fight. Now, look, I've just seen Refbot now has given Danton Kier a red card because it's defeated both robots without tagging. The rules are very simple here. Royal Pain was immobilised with this. Well, first of all, Impulse was flipped. It was immobilised for 30 seconds, then it was great. We saw take on Matilda. But look, Royal Pain was on its back. Once Danton Kier flipped, it was on its back for longer than 30 seconds. Refbot didn't count out. It decided to give Danton Kier the red card, and in doing so, has penalised the team. And look at this. Now, the penalty isn't as severe as coming in with an illegal attack. It just means that Danton Kier and Behemoth end the fight with 2 points. Royal Pain and Impulse will get just the 1 point. It may seem harsh, but that is the whole point of the Tag Team Terror Tournament, is to use the arena and, of course, help each other out, be a team and tag. And Danton Kier did not do that. Well, both teams need the 3 points. It's as simple as that to go through to the final. Overseeing this last match, it's Shunt.
Roboties, stand by. 3, 2, 1, activate.
Well, it is all to play for. 3 points is needed for any team. They just need the win here. As Obelisk now spins out of control, Spider now comes in for the attack. Shunt there getting his axe stuck right in there, trying to destroy Obelisk. Now what's Cobra doing? Cobra shouldn't be doing this. You're sacrificing points. Why are you doing this? Now Cobra now coming in, and so is Arctic. Arctic is also coming in with a legal attack. Both Cobra and Arctic bang out of order. What does this mean? Rules? What rules? Refbot, come in and sort this, because this shouldn't be happening. In comes Refbots. Oh, goodness me, and there is the cease. What does that mean? They have sacrificed points, crucial points. Well, I think it is Cobra who is going to get penalised here, because they started the illegal attack. And I'm being told here that Arctic are also going to suffer here because they joined the illegal attack. They've sacrificed points here, but Cobra initiated the illegal attack. Who's won this? Well, Arctic and Spider win, but they will also be penalised, but not as much. Now, if Arctic had just stayed out of the way, if they hadn't followed Cobra into the mess, Arctic and Spider would have got the 3 points. But because Arctic followed Cobra into the arena, they were both out of order, which means Arctic and Spider have 2 points after that fight, and Cobra and Obelisk have just the 1 point. And well, if you thought the drama wasn't enough, we've got some more here, because 3 teams have ended on 4 points. And I'm being told that 1 robot from each team on 4 points will represent themselves in a 3-way melee. We've got an extra fight to determine the winner.
Roboties, stand by.
Well, winner takes all, who will then meet Danton Kier and Behemoth in the final. Who is going to win? Overseeing this extra fight, we've put in Shunt. Three,
2, 1, activate.
Well, in tradition with our Tag Team Terror tournaments, the rules have gone out the window, but luckily Refbot has been very, very quick to come in and sort it all out, and the spikes have already denied Arctic, and look at this, they drove onto the spike. That was bad control, really. Very experienced Arctic, I'm surprised they did that, but look, you can see Royal Pain just trying, they're aiming again for the Shremek of poor Arctic. They did this before, of course, in the head-to-heads, and succeeded. What has happened to Cobra? Cobra's been flipped, I think. He's been still up and over, as Royal Pain now comes in with that lethal hammer. Oh, it's absolutely punishing. Now they turn the attention onto Cobra as Royal Pain descends into the button and activates the Rogue Robot, which does not help matters for poor Arctic. And Cobra Shunt getting in all the grisly details on his camera there. What is happening here? Ah, look at this. Royal Pain spinning to win as it now tries to attack Shunt. Axes to axes. Oh, goodness me. As it comes in, it tries to. And I have to say, Shunt, that is one mighty axe you've got to contend with there. As it now gets pinned in between Cobra. Shunt is in a bit of trouble there. It's escaped. But look at this devastation. These. Oh, and again! Poor Cobra's weapon has been torn in half. The absolute chaos, the carnage here, the power of Royal Pain's weapon is immense as Refbot comes in with the count, and that is for both machines. Well, 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 Royal Pain wins graciously and goes through to the final. What a three-way melee that was, and to confirm, we say goodbye to our previous champions, Arctic and Spider and Obelisk and Cobra, which means Danton Kier and Behemoth will be against Royal Pain and Impulse. Danton Kier and Behemoth has been here before. They have been runners-up previously. Can they go one better? Will we have something special to cause as much misery and pain as possible to our finalists? One of our house robots has made its way back into the arena. It is the return of the mighty Sergeant Bash, patrolling once more. His reign returns with his flamethrower and incredibly powerful pincers. He finally gets his day in the arena.
Robot teams, stand by.
What a final this is going to be. I cannot wait.
3, 2.
Well, the favourites really, I think, are going to be Danton Kier and Behemoth, but you have to admire Royal Pain's immense power and determination and constant bombardment of lethal blows with that axe. Persistent aggression. There has been no let-up with this weapon as it comes in again. Now Behemoth, I think, is under pressure here. They're going to have to get themselves certainly away from Sergeant Bash as it comes in with its pinch on Behemoth's flipper. Look at this, the spikes raised, but Royal Pain survives. Well, both the spikes and Sergeant Bash. Oh, now what's happened to Behemoth's ground clearance in the front there? I think there's something wrong there with the weapon. The scoop isn't on the ground, I don't think, as Royal Pain spins. There's the tag from Behemoth, and there's the tag from Royal Pain. Impulse now against Danton Kier. The spin! Oh, they've both ended up on their backs. Look at this, another great flip here from Danton Kier, and the bits come off Impulse. They're in towards the corner patrol zone. You do not want to stay there. Sergeant Bash's weapon, his flamethrower, scorches. Poor Impulse. What an attack from the house robot there as it comes in. Now Bash, unfortunately, you can't come out of the corner patrol zone. Technically, play is still going. Oh! Danton Kier flips and uses the floor flipper there to right. Impulse, in comes Royal Pain. Now, yes, this is allowed because Impulse is in trouble. The flip, goodness me, debris all over the arena floor. Oh, and goodness me, the axe has got impaled on the perspex sheet. What an attack, what a stroke of luck as Behemoth now comes in for the kill. Believe it or not, Danton Kier have had a teammate throughout this tournament. It's been called Behemoth. Not really seeing much. Out goes Impulse, and look at this. The Sergeant getting in close and scorching poor Royal Pain, who has been so incredibly unlucky with that attack because its weapon is it just happens to be attached. It's just got itself lodged against the barrier there, and there's no way it can come back. In comes Sergeant Bash. I don't know if it's trying to help poor Royal Pain, but look, it's on its back. I think it's been on its back far too long. 30 seconds has passed. I think Refbot will be close to coming in. That is so unlucky. I thought they were going to win that. I really did. I thought we were going to have another major shot. In goes the Sergeant to activate the Pit of Oblivion, and down goes Royal Pain. What a final. Well, you can have all the luck in the world. Danton, Kier and Behemoth have had no luck. And for once, the luck is on their side. I am so pleased. The runners-up from the last Tag Team Terror tournament are now the champions. This was some skill, though. The floor flipper helped Impulse. It didn't matter, though. And then we saw Danton Kier again attacking what has to be one of the most luckiest shots I have ever seen. Clinged on towards the barrier, and that led the Sergeant to have his day in the arena. And boy, did we love it. Onto the floor, Pit of Oblivion, down went. Sergeant Bash sweeps up, but for now, the glory and the focus are on Behemoth and Danton Kier, worthy winners, and finally, they get all the luck in the world.